Well, as you can tell by the rain on the tent there, believe it or not, it's been raining all day here the last day, so we haven't been out. Started raining about 4 o'clock this morning and just been a kind of a constant downpour ever since. So the last couple of days have been kind of a bust. We had that flat tire there yesterday, I guess, so we didn't really get out. Jake, his ride is supposedly coming here, probably be here in the middle of the night. My son Luke is coming, and they're just switching out cars, and Jake's headed back to do the public land challenge. And me and my son are going to stay here, probably 4 or 5 more days. Gun season opens here in a couple of days. I'd kind of like to see just what kind of situation that amounts to with the pressure and how many people are here. And so maybe we'll get a little more video. I'll keep a camera with us, and the weather's not too bad. I'd be able to pick up some more video, and you never know, might get one shot, but he's going to have to be a pretty good one before I shoot one up in there. I know that. And we got to pull them trail cameras. They're still up there, so we might get more grizzly footage. Fresh snow, we might see more grizzly tracks. You know, the boys this morning, they encountered a grizzly yesterday at about 30 yards or whatever.
We're pretty much the only ones that we've run into up here that haven't seen a grizzly.
Yeah.
There's another group of people that shot one up there last night, and there was already a grizzly on the carcass and got to some of the meat before they could get it all. So we've been pretty lucky in that aspect.
If you want to hear grizzly stories, come to Wyoming. That's all they talk about, grizzly bears, grizzly bears. So. And it's a serious thing. That since we've been here the last 5 days, there's been like 3 maulings. So I mean, it's nothing not to take serious, that's for sure. But we had a pretty good hunt. I mean, we had pretty good weather, and Jake got to hear quite a bit of bugling, so that's good.
That was all I was hoping for. Seeing all the elk that we did was a pretty good bonus.
That was a nice bull there that Cal called in there. He was, I don't know how big, but he was a real pretty bull. And then the other one that we got into there in the heavy brush, he was a nice big 6.2. So they're in here, it's remote country. But, I would say this type of hunting is kind of a young man's sport, to be completely honest with you. I've always heard them say you ought to get all your elk hunting done before you're 40. And I'm a couple of decades plus past that, but I can still get around pretty good. Jake, he's probably gets a little frustrated with me for not going fast enough.
But I thought you did pretty good. There wasn't really a time where I guess there's more times where I was surprised where you're like, oh hell, he's going down that, or we're going up that. So I'd say you did pretty good.
Yeah, you can. I mean, you look at something out here and it looks like forever and a day to get there, but if you just take your time and work over there within surprising how far you can go in a half hour or an hour or so. You know, just got to take your time and be careful. You don't want to twist an ankle or blow out a knee or something up in there, because that's it's just rough country. I mean, if you shoot one where we were at them couple of days, and from what everybody tells us, if you don't get the meat out almost immediately, a grizzly's going to be on your kill. I mean, it's just that simple, or whatever. I mean, like that guy Jake was talking to, I mean, they're experienced hunters, and he said there was a bear on their kill the first night or the
last 2 years. They shot elk up in there, and both years within the first night. I mean, they took 2 quarters out, it sounded like, and by the time they got back to the elk, there was grizzlies on it both times.
Yeah, so that would be another concern, you know, but I guess you just have to do your best to get it out, and then be super careful going back in the second trip. Fortunately, Jake didn't have to fire off the 45. But it was a good time. I really enjoyed myself. Jake, he's pretty good company, believe it or not. Between the two of us, we might make one good elk hunter, maybe not. I don't know. One thing I've learned that everybody learns over time is it's not the kill. I mean, it's a journey getting there, and you just learn to enjoy the journey, and you'll have a good time no matter what you're doing. And I think the older you get, the more you realize that, or whatever. Okay guys, don't make fun of my Jim Shockey special Cabela's backpack here. I've had that, for probably 10 years. I was going through Sydney there one time and stopped in their bargain cave, and they had this backpack, and it's just the perfect backpack. I do a lot of elk shed hunting or whatever, and it's real good to pack elk sheds on. The reason I brought it this year is kind of got these, it's got a solid frame, and then it's got these parts that stick up, and I was able to just hook my crossbow strap around there and take quite a bit of weight off of my shoulders carrying that crossbow around. So nothing too high dollar. I think I gave 50 bucks for it or whatever. I don't really take a lot with me. Well, I keep my daily snacks in this compartment here, just snack crackers and raisins and granola bars, and maybe an extra garbage bag to put over everything if it's raining. That's all I got there. And then I just carry my kill kit with me, which is game bags, bit of rope to, you just about have to hang your quarters up out of a bear's reach if you shoot something. So you just skin them out, and then I just got a buck knife. This is my water filter. You saw me use that a couple of times. Doesn't hurt to have that. And I got a sharpening stone, just a little stone for the knife. Roll of duct or plastic electric tape to tape the tag up on the antlers or whatever if you shot something, or to close a wound real fast. Just a little extra rope to tie up the game bags. And then in here, keep it dry, I just have a little kit here that I have my first aid kit in. I got tape there and bandages, and then a couple of the bleed stop quick clot deals or whatever in case you get chewed up by a bear. And then a regular little first aid kit with band-aids and stuff. And then I keep my license and some orange flagging tape in there, and a pen to sign your license. Don't forget that. That's just about all I carry. And then I'll pack a rain suit in there with that. That's about it. One thing I got one where I got the range finder, and then you got a little retriever here I wear on my belt. That way you can pull it up and range something and then just drop it out of your hand. That works pretty good.
Don't have to worry about stuffing it back into a pocket or anything, wasting time. And then people might be wondering what the heck you're doing with that lighter all the time.
No, that's my constant companion. Instead of, I can just flip that and tell which way the wind's blowing. And then you're not always, it's kind of a hassle. Puffer bottle and all that, I just flip that and you can just automatically. So I about always have that in my hand, just flipping that. That's how I always, when I used to elk hunt when I was younger, that's always had that. Works pretty good. But you'll figure out once you hunt the mountains that the wind is never constant.
It doesn't matter anyway.
I most really don't pay attention to the wind. You just gotta think it's right and move in, and by the time you get there it's probably blowing some other direction. But if you spend all your time waiting for the wind to be right, you'll be standing in one spot all day or whatever. So.
People might be wondering how old you are, if you want to say.
No.
Keep talking about how old you are.
65, believe it or not. But, yeah, I can still go pretty good. I got bad feet and bad knees. As long as I keep my knee braces on, and I got to wear a big heavy set of, I had surgery on my foot there this spring just on the count of coming out here, kind of get things all in line again, and my feet held up better than I thought they would, really. But I have to wear heavy boots, and I think that slows me down some too.
Yeah, I got a lighter pair of these Solomons just before fall. I think they're like 150 bucks on REI. And then I didn't have a nice backpack or anything, so my buddy from back home let me use this. It's a Mystery Ranch. I don't know which model it is, but it seems like a pretty nice pack. I might think about getting one myself. It's kind of got the frame pack built in, and you can make it a whole lot bigger than it is right now. Kind of got the bear spray on the hips there with the holster on the other side. I just kept my camera batteries in this top pouch, and then pretty much the only other thing I really brought was I had the Camelback on the inside, and then I kept my food in there. And other than that, I just tried to stay as light as possible. Ted had pretty much everything else that we would have needed, so definitely going to look into one of these frame packs though. If you guys have any recommendations for good ones, that seems like a pretty good one, but always open to other options.
Yeah, that's definitely don't come out here and hunt in grizzly country without, one of these, where you just flip that off, and they're good to They claim they're better than a gun, you know, as far as stopping a charge, but as long as you don't have to use it, it's all right, I guess. But that's a must out here.
That's it for gear. Definitely don't need as much as I thought you did. The first day we went out, I had that whole backpack loaded up, and it pretty much got down to just food and water at the end there.
Yeah, that's kind of the way you'll definitely pitch out everything you don't need on the second day, that's for sure.
When you're day hunting like that, I mean.
Yeah, it's not like it'd be different packing back in somewhere too, but that's a whole different story.
We had a pretty long drive out here, huh?
Yeah, left about 4 in the morning and got out here. Oh, it's probably just right as it was getting dark here. And Jake and I swapped cars, and he hopped back in his and headed back east. So it's kind of snowing here a little bit, raining. So it looks like I missed out on all the good weather, but it is what it is at this point.
Yeah, it looks kind of snowy out there this morning. I think probably be quite a bit of snow up there where we're going to try to get to. And
Yeah. On the road, it was pretty sloppy on the way in here, so I can only imagine how the trail is up the mountain. So
we'll head up on the mountain in the snow, I guess, and opening day of gun season here, so no more crossbow hunting. I don't know, we'll probably go as light as possible. Luke, he's got a pretty good, I don't know, what kind of phone do you have?
It's a Samsung Galaxy.
So I think any filming we do is going to be on the Samsung Galaxy or whatever. But really we're just going up in there where me and Jake set up that couple of trail cameras on them wallows there and pull the trail cameras out of there and see if there's anything on them and see if there's anything bugling. I don't know whether there will be or not. It's kind of cloudy and snowing, supposed to all day. So just head up in there and see what happens, but hopefully we'll get into some elk, you never know.
Nice.
Where'd you go, bud? There. We got us an elk.
Yeah, you did. Oh, damn nice elk too.
I guess it worked out here. I don't know, we were down there at that wallow and we checked the trail camera, and there'd been a couple of bulls on there since it snowed or whatever. Whether this was one of them or not, I don't know. But we just pulled the trail camera and walking up there, and we heard one bugle right down below that wallow. And 2 or 3 cows and calves come up there, and a bull was behind him. He was just in too much brush. We couldn't get on him or get a shot. So they kind of come up this way. We just followed them up through here, and this one was bugling up here. We just kept working our way up here. It's been snowing real hard, and got up here and he just bugled. I could see his 4 legs standing there for some reason. Kind of started coming towards us. I never cow called or anything, and we got it on video there. It's about 40 yards. Whacked him with the 270, 150 grain bullets, and I think that was a deadly shot, the first shot, and then he kind of running around there and was stumbling there, and I hit him again, and he fell down over here about 60 yards. So well, he's back in here. That's what we're here for, to get an elk, and I guess that happened. Sorry, Jake, you just left. Blood there from the first shot. See?
It's right there in the tree.
Nothing wrong with that.
No?
Quickly. 7 on one side, awesome. I think he is that one that was on the trail camera down there. Heavy dark horns on him. October 1st, opening day of gun season. There we go. Awesome.
A little bit brisk this morning.
A little brisk. It's clear.
First day it hasn't been snowing for 3 days, I think.
Yeah, yesterday it was an absolute blizzard. You'd go about 2 miles up the trail and it was just white out. You couldn't see to drive. So turn around and come back and wait it out. And hopefully today the trail is frozen and not a muddy mess like it was yesterday. So we're going to have a cup of coffee here and get our wits about us and go see if we can pack out the rest of that bull.
Tell us about the trip out of there after we shot the bull.
Oh,
we
man.
just about didn't make it out of there.
It snowed all day. We got the bull down about 10 o'clock in the morning. By the time we got him cut up and hung up, it was about 2. Then we, a couple hours later, got back to the side-by-side there, and it was still snowing pretty good, and we had to go across the top of the pass, and it was absolute whiteout. And thank goodness somebody had driven down there before us, because there was just barely a track that we could follow. Otherwise, we have no idea where we'd be. But that was pretty gnarly as far as driving is considered.
Yeah, on our first pack out, we packed out the back straps and loins, and then of course all our gear. So we got the 4 quarters hanging in a tree up there, and the rack there too. So we'll just kind of ease in there. The quarters are hanging about 200 yards from where the gut pile is, and of course it's right in there where me and Jake were down in there and put up the trail cameras there and had the grizzly on the trail camera, and hopefully he's eating on the gut pile and not the quarters. So, but anyway, there was a lot of grizzlies right in there, so we're gonna, have to be extra cautious going in there, and we don't want to take any chances. Hopefully not. We'll just have to play it by ear and be cautious and see what happens.
Yep.
But take a little video once we kind of get up in there and show you how much snow there is.
Yeah.
It's quite,
Hopefully we can still walk.
it's a winter wonderland up on top, that's for sure. Yeah, our grizzly friend is still in the area. Looks like a big track, single track, I think. But of course, headed right to where we're going. So we been trekking for 3 hours. Snow has not gotten any less deep, let's put it that way. But it's definitely bright and warming up and melting down now. We stopped on this trail, and our friend the grizzly, of course, has been right here again. Got his tractors, or other tracks, 2 or 3 times coming through there. So they're definitely out wandering around. We're getting close to where we shot the elk. We're gonna just make a loop up around here and make sure we walk in on the quarters the right way. We kind of set them up there where we could see them from about 100 yards before we walk into them. The way we come in now, if we walked right to them, we'd walk right past the gut pile. So we're going a little out of our way to circle up through here, but I guess we got all day and the sun's shining, which it hasn't been for 3 days.
It's pretty nice, actually.
Well, we're getting closer to where we shot the elk, and fresh grizzly tracks in the area too, so super cautious. There's where we hung the meat. As you can tell, it looks like something's kind of been clawing at the bottom of the
game bag, I guess. Looks like the skull's still there in the tree. The gut pile's 150, 200 yards on past the meat there. If you knew how many grizzly bear tracks we just cut, you'd say we were total idiots, but, or that's what my son told me anyway.
Yep.
We've been going for 4 or 5 hours, I don't know. So we're gonna walk over there and check it out. We've been kind of hollering and carrying on, and hopefully we get to do another video about getting out of here. So we'll go a little closer. We got the pepper spray and the 45 out and ready to go. And it's serious business from now on. Ho! Ho! Hey. Well, he's got the 2 front quarters down and ate them pretty much up. Hopefully he's full, huh? Hey. Hey. So I think what we'll do, we're so far in here, geez. We're gonna cut one hind quarter down, bone it, put it in our packs, get out of here, probably take the head down out of the tree and move it a little further away from this other hind quarter, leave it hanging. Come back here tomorrow. Hopefully the bear has found a gut pile down there to keep him occupied for a day. He doesn't look like he's been able to reach. I guess that was just blood there on the sack there, but he definitely devoured them 2 front quarters. We had them hung together. Cut the rope, debone, and start heading out of here. But we'll take a break here from videoing serious stuff. Don't want to get anybody killed. And we'll video up again when we're getting the hell out of here. We get quite the crown.
Pack mule time. How do I look?
Pretty sharp. Well, we got a 1 quarter left, hind quarter left. We deboned one. Got it in my pack, partially in his. The grizzly left us alone for that excursion. Probably come in here tomorrow. Hopefully he's on that gut pile and leaves the meat alone. We'll get that one last quarter out of here tomorrow. But it'll be pushing dark probably by the time we get out of here. But we're gonna get some distance between us and the scene of the crime, I think. So in case Mr. Grizzly comes back, we won't be here. We'll head down over the hill and take a break kind of when we get to the bottom and regroup. Maybe eat a little bit of lunch down there or something. But so far so good. It's been fun.
Yeah, we got some help from our neighbors here this morning. They broke a trail up there and we were able to get back in there and get to the bull a little shorter direction, but unfortunately the grizzly had got that other quarter that we left yesterday. A lot of grizzlies in there, and all in all it's been a good trip. It's kind of ending like it started that first day or so. I can't even remember now, but had that heck of a hailstorm there right outside the tent, and we've had rain, snow, more snow, blizzard, but we found a way to persevere, I guess. Luke, he packed out the antlers there today is all we had to pack out. We dropped down in there and got the antlers and packed them out. And it's a real nice bull, real happy. You know, I don't know what else to say. I guess I had one more elk hunt left in me. This might do me in, but it was a fun time, and glad to share the experience with my son. Hopefully next year Luke will draw a tag and maybe we'll do this all over again next year. But anyway, thanks Jake for filming earlier, and sorry you missed the big excitement of the kill, but that's the way it goes. Anyway, it's about a wrap. The THP 2019 elk tour is done.
Nice.
There you go, buddy. We got us an elk.
Yeah, you did. Damn nice elk too.